Greetings, dear ones. We are the High Council of Orion. Let's continue our conversation around the world at this time and support for you in navigating it with the greatest ease, flow, grace that is possible, where you can grow into a fuller potential of who you are, find new resource, surprise yourself. With new capacities, new abilities, new thoughts, new sense of empowerment, regardless of external circumstances. There's much to be said in this whole arena, but the focus in this series is really about you in this moment. And as it's about you, it also means it's about the ones closest to you who you love and care about. For as you learn, grow, and become more conscious and intentional, finding your light and your ability, you will be transmitting that directly and indirectly to those you love. And it ripples out from you, your core, your center. This conversation around transforming fear also needs to be understood in a new way. And this is not original information. This is information that is out in the world. It's starting to make its way through the consciousness. For humanity as a whole over millennia has been very externally focused. Knowledge, wisdom, understanding, relationship to source has been guided externally. You've had leaders, whether they've been worldwide leaders or personal leaders, who have been your source. And what's being discovered right now is some of those leaders are not necessarily leading you in particular in a direction that feels right for you in this moment in time. So the idea is you can begin blaming all the leaders. They're not leading me the right way, or realize that those leaders are having an incarnated experience just like you are, and that the reason you find them insufficient is because it's directing you to find your truth, your choice in your experience, understanding that that wisdom that you have attributed to so many of your leaders, and especially your spiritual leaders and teachers, that wisdom is yours as well. All they've ever done is sparked an awareness of your potential. So now it's, if they're feeling as if they're falling short for you, the focus does not necessarily need to rest on their insufficiency, but realizing that now you get to discover your sufficiency. Wisdom and truth flow through you. And how does it flow through you? In a way that's unique for you. Now, let's talk about the energy of fear and what it does. The energy of fear, and it's being referred to as energy, not emotion. For many of you know, emotion is energy in motion. So emotion is an energy. So we want to call it what it is. We want to call the energy of fear. It has a pattern. It has a vibrational resonance. What happens in the physical body in the presence of fear, worry, anxiety, and concern is it taxes your system. It doesn't matter how justified you are in the moment that fear is appropriate. The reality is your resources get used when you're in a fear, anxiety, worry cycle. And as you heard before, it's all fear. We just like to give it different names at different times. So when there's so much concern in the world about a virus, you're talking about wanting to bolster your body's resiliency to any kind of incoming whatever it is. If it's a virus, you want to be in the strongest place you can be. And yet, in the same space, if there's fear, and you know fear is going to diminish the resources within the body, one wants to not as much pay attention to the virus as pay attention to the energy field that you're generating or that you're in, so that you can begin to feel that it's as strong and resilient as it can be in that moment. So one of the best things one can do right now is to begin to transform fear even into something slightly less. Maybe you want to just feel neutral. You may not be able to get to joy or happiness or profound love right now. It's okay. But you want to look at the energy literally from a place of the same way you would take your vitamins or your supplements or do all the things to keep your body strong and resilient in this time. You're working against it if you're living in fear and taking a lot of supplements at the same time. If you're taking supplements, you're wanting to have your body in the best place possible. So please don't ignore fear, worry, and concern. You want to supplement that as well, so that that's not diminishing all the good things that you're doing. So as was spoken about in the prior message, one of the best things you can begin to do to diminish the impact of fear is begin to really breathe deeply, slowly, and in a connected way. As soon as you close your eyes down and begin to pay attention to just feeling the flow of air in through your nose, down into your lungs, expanding your abdomen, and then watching it reverse out and doing it in a very slow way, in again, and feeling how your body responds, and out again. Do you understand where you are in that moment? You're right here, right now. You're present. The mind settles down. The worry and the anxiety go to the background for a moment because you are fully present now. You're also highly oxygenating your system. What you also know is that if you're ever worried or really fearful, you would be breathing very rapidly. So you might even notice you're breathing very shallowly and rapidly. And so fear and rapid breathing go together. And if you're in a fearful circumstance, it makes sense that that would happen. But when one wants to say, I don't know how to not feel fear, one way you can literally begin to chemically change the experience of fear in your body is by slowing down your breathing and paying attention to it. Now, some people might say that's a meditative breath. It doesn't matter what you call it, but when you're breathing deeply, you're oxygenating your system. The chemicals in your brain respond as if you're calmer, so you will have a less experience of fear, and energetically, your energy field moves from a more contracted place and it starts expanding out. So you'd say, why do I want my energy field expanding out? Well, as soon as you start expanding your energy field out, it's tantamount to you being curled in a ball in fear, or opening up to What can I do here? What else is available to me here? It's like poking your head out of a hole to survey the landscape to see where are your opportunities, what new is in your space, what new is coming in that you didn't even know about before. And that comes from your energy field opening, from a more peaceful, centered place. And you could say, this is very easy to do. Maybe it's too easy to do. And I might still feel fear because that thing is still out there. All the uncertainty is still in my space. This is not saying that the uncertainty will change because you breathe more deeply, or because you're choosing to transform the energy of fear in your body and your mind and your energy field. But what you're doing is letting yourself not be as impacted by the things around you so that you have a capacity to see what's available. So the loving suggestion and even challenge could be, if you're feeling worried, uncertain, and fearful, begin. This is a beginning point to take even a few moments to close your eyes down in the right moment, breathe very, very deeply, allow yourself to be present right now. And if your mind wants to jump in with, oh, but wait, what about those other things? It's okay. Tell it your mind is habituated to warn you about things that are coming up. So you can literally say to your mind, I got it. I'll be with you in a minute. So really do this for yourself to change your chemistry in your physical body. It's going to impact the chemistry in your brain. It's going to, when the chemistry in your brain and that in your hormones that are moving through your body differently are going to give you a different sense of capacity to navigate what's happening in the world around you. And in the next message, we're going to talk about how being in a centered place, being present for you, how you being in that place and sharing that with others can help you find new experiences, new opportunities, solutions in an uncertain time. Be blessed. We are the High Council of Orion.